The Komodo dragon, not born from myth, but powerful enough to feel like one. Long before humans built cities, before stories were written, before fear had a name, creatures like this already ruled the Alard. And somehow, it never left. On a chain of remote Indonesian islands, where the sun burns the Alard, where water is scarce, and where life survives by instinct alone, something ancient still walks, slowly, silently, unchallenged. The Komodo dragon, a predator that does not belong to the modern world, but has mastered it anyway. Every part of its body tells a story of survival. Thick, armored scales, like plates forged by time itself. Muscles built not for speed, but for a coot that lasts. Claws curved like hooks, designed to grip, to tear, to hold. A tail that can whip with crushing force, and a head that carries one of the most dangerous weapons in nature. Its bite. But the true terror of the Komodo dragon is not what you see. It's what you don't. Because this hunter does not rely on chaos. It relies on patience. It does not waste energy chasing every faucet. It studies. It waits. It watches the rhythm of life around it until it finds weakness. A wounded deer, a distracted buffalo, a moment where survival slips. And then, without warning, it moves. Not fast like a cheetah, not loud like a lion, but sudden enough to end everything. Its jaws open wide, teeth curved like blades, designed not to pierce cleanly, but to tear, to rip, to leave damage that cannot be undone. And when those teeth sink into flesh, the real hunt begins, because the Komodo dragon doesn't just bite, it poisons. Its saliva carries a complex venom, one that disrupts the body from within. Blood stops clotting. Pressure drops. Shock begins. The prey doesn't always fall immediately. Sometimes it escapes, running into the distance, heart racing, body fighting to survive. For a moment, it believes it has won. But the dragon does not chase in panic. It follows, slowly, calmly, relentlessly. Its tongue flicks through the air, reading invisible trails, tasting fear, tracking blood from kilometers away. Time passes, hours, sometimes days. The prey weakens, its steps slow, its body trembles, its strength fades into nothing. And behind it, always, is the dragon. Not rushing, not stopping, just closing the distance. Because this hunt was never about speed. It was about certainty. And when the Nihayat arrives, it is quiet. There is no escape left, no strength left, only the predator. And what remains? The Komodo dragon feeds without hesitation, powerful jaws tearing through flesh. Muscle, bone, everything consumed. Nothing is wasted. In this world, everything has a purpose, even death. But the danger does not stop there, because the Komodo dragon lives in a place where even its own kind is not safe. They fight for territory, for food, for dominance. And when the weak fall, they are not buried. They are eaten. Even the young are not spared. Baby Komodo dragons spend their early lives in trees, hiding from the very creatures they will one day become. Because here, survival begins with fear and ends with power. This is not a world of balance. It is a world of hierarchy, of dominance, of evolution pushing every creature to its absolute limit. And at the top of this brutal system stands the Komodo dragon. Not the fastest, not the loudest, not the most visible, but perhaps the most inevitable. It does not need to prove itself. It does not need to show off. It simply exists as a reminder of what nature can create when it removes mercy from the equation. A predator shaped by time, refined by survival, perfected by evolution. The Komodo dragon is not just dangerous. It is not just unique. It is something far more powerful, a living echo of a world that once belonged to giants, A creature that does not adapt to fear, but creates it. And as it walks across the dry, silent Alard, with slow, heavy steps, one truth becomes impossible to ignore. This is not just an animal. This is evolution's final warning. Because sometimes, the most terrifying creatures are the ones that never needed to change.